Recently, I was doing case studies on passive solar greenhouses, and I visited a couple up in Didsbury, Alberta, running a business called Northern Homestead. Now, Anna and Jacob, who run Northern Homestead, decided that they were going to approach the greenhouse and season extension situation a little differently. And over the years, I've been a little skeptical of geodesic greenhouses, I have to admit. But after seeing theirs, as well as another geodesic greenhouse that I did a case study on a couple of years ago in Lacombe, Alberta, I have to say that I'm pretty interested in geodesic greenhouses now as a potential option for season extension. Now, what was really unique about Jacob and Anna's greenhouse was that it cost so little to build. So this is a 15-foot diameter greenhouse, or roughly just under 300 square feet. And Jacob built it with regular building materials for under 500 bucks. And so in the case study, I detail out how he did that and why they like geodesic greenhouses. And I just think that because passive solar greenhouses, depending on how you build it, can be quite expensive, this might represent a really great option for people that are a bit more DIY, want to do it themselves, don't necessarily want to spend $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 to build one of these structures, and maybe are okay with a 3-season extension, or maybe they want to innovate within these geodomes, because it totally can be done to grow into 4 seasons. In addition to them building this for such a low cost, the other thing that Jacob did was he found a really innovative way to capture solar energy. So we got an old car radiator and a fan and a giant 3,000 liter tank. And during the day, this fan operates and runs hot air in the greenhouse through the heat exchanger, through the radiator from the car. And it captures heat and stores it in this water tank, which is then released later on at night. I thought this is really innovative because there's radiators everywhere. I mean, cars are pretty much indigenous to the planet right now. And he didn't use any fancy plumbing in order to set it up. So I found this to be a really interesting way of storing thermal energy, and not something that I typically would have thought of myself. So if you're interested in geodomes, if you've looked at them in the past, you might find this case study, as well as another case study we did last year in Lacombe, Alberta, with a much larger geodesic greenhouse at a high school, really interesting. We've packaged up all of our case studies, and they're available as a package at Small Farm Academy, and I'll leave a link to that product in the show notes below. If you're on the fence about passive solar greenhouses or season extension or gardening in greenhouses, this is going to be a great product for you to check out. The product details out, like I said, geodesic greenhouses, square greenhouses, large and small greenhouses, commercial scale, urban farm scale greenhouses in all parts of the world. And we're collecting new ones all the time. You're going to get a ton of ideas on how to store thermal energy, what gardening inside these greenhouses is like, some of the pros and cons, some of the mistakes and successes these people have had. And you're going to come out of these case studies really understanding whether or not this type of growing is for you. If you have any questions about geodesic greenhouses, leave them in the comments below. If you found this video useful, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you want more information on passive solar greenhouses in the future. There's lots more coming. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks so much. Have a great day.